Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Representatives of the Caribbean Development Bank (CDB) met with Premier and the Senior Minister of Education, the Honorable Mark Brantley, on Tuesday, February 20th, to give an update on the progress of the Technical and Vocational Education and Training TVET Enhancement Project here in Nevis. Educational specialist Martin Baptiste and civil engineer Stephen Lawrence form the core of the CDB team that is supervising the project.
We're at the point now where the technical team has evaluated some design proposals, the technical presentation, and they will submit to us for review and no objection their findings before proceeding to opening the financial proposals and final negotiations with whoever is selected. We anticipate that a contract should be in place not too distant future, and the consultant should be reviewing and proceeding with designs and bid documents, etc., for the rest of this year, which means then that by somewhere in the fourth quarter we would probably expect to start doing some work at these facilities.
CDB is providing some $8 million in assistance to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for the project.
One of the things that we need to flag is that in the disruption that we expect at these locations, there may have to be some level of relocation, which has been planned, but we want to make sure that there is a seamless transition so that there's as little disruption as possible as we go forward. I think that's where we are with that. Mr. Blackett and his team are pushing full steam ahead. They have promised to get the evaluation to us later this week, so we'll do a quick review and allow the process to proceed.
The project seeks to ensure that technical and vocational education and training becomes part of the general education landscape.
I think we have a good team locally to support this project. I think the government is very committed to the idea of vocational training and moving Nevis forward so that we can remain competitive and that our people, particularly our young people, can have the options that are available to them through vocational training. Over the years, I think, as we're all aware, not only in the Caribbean generally, but in St. Kitts and Nevis, and in Nevis more specifically, we have had a heavy emphasis on the academic side of things. I think that has always been, and a lot of our students, and the measure of success has often been how many subjects you're able to pass with how many distinctions. But the bottom line is that the technical side, we have found ourselves lacking in that regard. So for us, this is very important. As we move to regional standards, this is also very important so that our people can be competitive not only at home, but also throughout the region.
Other Nevis Island administration representatives present were Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Liburd, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Barrett, Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Ministry, Wakely Daniel, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Colin Doerr. Consultant Lester Blackett was also present. In more local news.
We believe that school must consist of more than learning that is specific to subject content areas.
Principal of the Charlestown Secondary School, Joan Williams, making remarks during the opening ceremony for the 12th annual NEVLEC-sponsored Job Preparation Workshop. The annual activity for students of school-leaving classes is coordinated by the Guidance and Counseling Unit of the Charlestown Secondary School. Williams expressed the hope that the students recognize the value of the endeavor.
We believe that graduates of the Charlestown Secondary School must be given every opportunity and every advantage to increase their employability and also to showcase the ideals for which we stand when they enter the world of work. Pay keen attention. Take copious notes, engage your presenters, and most of all, determine to cultivate within yourselves the attitudes and habits that will make you exemplary employees.
Nevis Electricity Company Limited NEVLEC Acting General Manager Jervan Swanson said the company is proud to be the event's sponsor.
Now, the topics being discussed, like work ethics, customer service skills, and so on, are the qualities that companies are looking for in employees. So to you, the students, this training is both personal and professional development, so I urge you to use this opportunity wisely by taking it seriously, as it can only be beneficial to you. I encourage you to take full advantage of today's workshop. Facilitators have been sourced from various backgrounds, training, and expertise to educate you. Simply put, to help you to become the best version of yourself.
The ceremony was chaired by 5th form student Ursha Stapleton.
I would like to take a moment to thank NEVLEC for sponsoring this year's workshop and to commend them on taking an interest in the future of Nevis. This workshop is essential as it teaches us many skills, such as writing a resume, dressing appropriately for the workplace, how to conduct oneself in the workplace, and much more. I hope everyone enjoys the workshop and takes it seriously as it prepares us for the future, no matter the field of work.
The presenters were Tricia Daniel, J.D. Keynes, Diana Williams, and Walter Morton. A notice from the NIA's Department of Labor is advising employers to take advantage of the amnesty 2018 offered by the Office of the Premier. The notice issued by Chief Labor Officer Gary Liebert states that some employers are still in the practice of employing illegal non-nationals for various reasons, the most common being the payment of lower wages. This practice, of course, continues to create great challenges for the Immigration Department, St. Christopher and the Nevis Social Security Board, and the Department of Labor. Any person who is found guilty of this offense will be liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding $10,000 or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 12 months or both. The amnesty offered by the Office of the Premier is an opportunity for employers to regularize the status of their non-national employees. It will expire on March 31st, 2018. Still to come, first press conference with new Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, set for tomorrow, Thursday. The details after this break.
As Minister of Foreign Affairs, my work requires me to travel quite often. When abroad, I stay in touch with Nevis and all that is happening here by using the Nevis TV mobile app or logging on to nevistvonline.com. I suggest you try it as well.
Hello, my name is Culturama, the Caribbean's greatest summer line. Most islands have their festival annually, but they call it Carnival. With all those shows, we fete and fun. We party from sun up to sundown. Everybody come now, show the world what we mean when we talk about Culturama. Rocks up, flags up. Flags up. Time to wake up for the jam. We coming down early to be morn. Rocks up. Flags up. Time to jump up in the van.
Welcome back. All media houses and members of the press corps are invited to what is expected to be the first in a series of monthly press conferences, which will be held by Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley. The press conference will take place tomorrow, Thursday, February 22nd, from 3 p.m. at the Nevis Island Administration's Cabinet Room on the second floor of the Social Security Building at Penny's Estate. A release from the press secretary to the Nevis Island Administration states that in this press conference, the Honorable Premier will update citizens, residents, and visitors of the Federation on matters of national interest. The event will be broadcast live on Nevis Television and TV, as well as on Von Radio, and streamed on the THG network. The press corps will be granted the opportunity to ask questions for the benefit of the listening and viewing audience. The Royal St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force is currently accepting applications to fill a number of vacancies for the post of police constables. Applicants should be ready, willing, and committed to serving the country. They must have at least 4 Caribbean secondary education certificates, subject passes, including English, have excellent written, oral, and interpersonal skills, have a high level of physical fitness, be 18 to 35 years in age, be willing to submit to security vetting, including taking a polygraph examination, and pass a medical examination. Having a driver's license is also an asset. Each application must be submitted with 2 recent testimonials, academic certificates, a curriculum vitae, and a copy of the applicant's birth certificate. The salary is commensurate with qualifications. However, base remuneration is $2,140 plus a risk pay of $356. Police officers receive 100% coverage of health and dental insurance. Application forms can be requested by sending an email to Force Personnel Office at police.kn or collected from the police headquarters at Lozak Road on St. Kitts. And finally, stay tuned to Nevis Television for a new program which will begin airing tonight at 8:30. On the Health Line is a comprehensive news package designed to cover items from the Nevis Island Administration's Ministry of Health. It will inform and update the Federation of the work which is carried out by the units and departments which fall under the ministry. The format is local, regional, and international news, reviews, and updates as they pertain to the Ministry of Health. The second segment of the package will focus on a feature. The program, sponsored by Evelyn's Drugstore, is hosted by Communications Officer in the Ministry of Health, Sheila James, and will be broadcast every other Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.